First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rukal Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who have taught me this truth. And a shout out to Yakian that's going out there in the four quarters of the earth proclaiming this truth. And so here we are. I was in the midst of reading these scriptures, and what do you know? Cut off after 15 minutes. All right, so I'm just going to start in verse 12. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, I believe. Therefore, actually, verse 11 would be easier. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them. That's right, this word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rukal Kadash, is now going out. It's going out there, which means that the judgment's about to come. And what judgment is to come? That's what we're proclaiming now. You know, it soon will come on earth as it is in heaven. That's right, our kingdom of heaven is about to be restored to us. But first, you got to punish the wicked. When I have judged thee, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies, which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel. And you can just see that, had us worshiping Caesar Borgia, which 2/3 of our people still want to worship Caesar Borgia, still want to hang out with their church friends, and pretty much want to be like the Edomites, still want to say that, oh, not all Edomites are going to be destroyed, or that Esau is not the Edom, or that white people are not the Edomites, when most assuredly that they are. But you do have confusion of faces like myself that may look like, but are not. It's just that we've laid with many women from other nations, and that's just a part of it, They are laid desolate, and they are given us to consume. Thus with your mouths you have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. That's talking about you scoffers out there, and all of you that pretty much deny what's about to happen. I have heard them. So the Most High is listening to all of this. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. And that's the main topic of this, thee. That's talking about Esau, Edom, and all of you that want to be partakers in Babylon the Great and its wickedness, which Babylon the Great is pretty much the head of Esau, Edom. But we know that there's going to be that time when the nations are turning against the whore. We're in that time now. But still, the main place of influence has been America, Babylon the Great. And thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel. And you got Donald Trump out there saying that he's not going to apologize for anything that happened in the past. We became desolated, because it was desolate. So I will do unto thee that shall be desolate. O Mount Seir and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord. So that's coming. So we can see now that America is being exposed for all the wickedness it's doing in Syria particularly. That's what's happening now, as well as Libya and Yemen, that pretty much all these wars, that America is the bad guy and now being seen by the rest of the world as the bad guy. So let's take a look at this video where I'm going to continue on, as I said that I would. And this is, I believe, the Yemen reports in a war of terror, and it's not the Syrian Democratic Forces that they want you to believe that it is. It is, in fact, Russia and the Syrian Arab Army. So let's go ahead and take a look here about these places that are being liberated from the terrorist groups that America still supports, a.k.a. the whore Babylon the Great. Alright, goddamn Esau's not gonna let this video play. Fucking piece of shit, goddamn asshole. But we know who's liberating these places. I don't even really have to get into this. Fuck you, Esau. You don't want to play the video? Eat shit, motherfucker. There's plenty more you don't want to play. Sorry about that, but Esau didn't want us to see that, right? So here's another report.
On June 23rd, militants in 11 settlements in southern Syria surrendered to the Syrian Arab Army SAA and declared their readiness to fight ISIS and Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, formerly Jabhat al-Nusra, the Russian Defense Ministry said in a statement on June 24th. According to pro-government sources, about 900 members of the Free Syrian Army FSA joined the SAA.
Alright, wait a minute, I already played this one in the prior video. I'll do something else here, hold on. Let's just take it from Press TV, another source, give a summary on Syria.
The Syrian army continues with an all-out offensive to dislodge foreign-backed terrorists from the southern province of Deraa. The UK-based war monitoring group says the government forces launched a deadly airstrike on areas held by Nusra Front terrorists on Wednesday. The group says that rockets and barrel bombs particularly hit the Balad neighborhood. There is no word on possible casualties so far. According to Syrian sources, more than 450 militants also surrendered to the army in the Deraa countryside. Meanwhile, Nusra Front terrorists have attacked a power plant in a village in Deraa, causing blackouts in the area. The southern province is the main stronghold of the terrorists. Syria has been fighting different foreign-sponsored terror groups since March 2011. Mohammed Ali is a correspondent joining us from Syria's capital, Damascus. So tell us, at what stage of this operation are we at? What are we looking at in terms of the progress made by the Syrian army?
Yes, we are still at the first stage of the military operations of this wide offensive launched by the Syrian army against the terrorists of the al-Nusra Front in the southern part of Syria, particularly in the cities of Daraa and al-Suwaida, in addition to their countryside, of course. The latest developments there was that, according to the central media center of the Lebanese resistance movement, Hezbollah, the Syrian army was able to take control of 3 new towns and villages in the eastern countryside of Daraa, namely Nahte, eastern Mleha and western Mleha over there, following ferocious fighting with the al-Nusra Front terrorists in that area. There are also reports coming out, fresh reports, that the army is also taking control currently, as we speak, of the areas of Al-Hirak, Samma, Al-Hnedat, and Al-Smea. All of those are villages in the eastern countryside of the city of Daraa. Of course, yesterday was the first official day of the military offensive of the Syrian army against the terrorists inside the city of Daraa itself, not only the countryside, in which the army started striking the terrorist positions in the areas of Daraa al-Balad, and today in the area of Al-Jimrak al-Qadim, which are on the southeastern part of Daraa city itself. What the army is trying to do is to cut the supply lines of the terrorists that link those areas in southeast Daraa with the borderline between Syria and Jordan. This is a supply line that terrorists have been using for years over there,
and they're getting their weapons from the United States, make no mistake about it. Here's another Press TV report on the progress of what's going on in southern Syria, which we know that this place is being balkanized, and eventually we know that it leads to Damascus becoming completely ruinous heap, but we know, though, that, all these countries are being drawn into it, so let's just take a good look here at what's going on. The liberation of these areas, which are controlled by the Israeli state, Amalek, and all their terror proxies.
The army is pressing ahead with an operation to fully clear the country of remnants of Daesh terrorists. In the latest developments on the battlefield, Syrian forces and their allied units managed to retake 1,800 square kilometers in eastern Deir az-Zor province. The Syrian army is now stationed west of the Syrian town of Bu Kamal, near the Iraqi border. Syria has been fighting different foreign-sponsored militant and terrorist groups since March 2011. Let's now hear what Press TV's Muhammad Ali earlier told us about the Syrian army's recent gains against Daesh terrorists.
The Syrian army has officially confirmed that it took control of about 1,800 square kilometers of Syria's desert, particularly the desert of Deir el-Zor, Deir el-Zor countryside over there, and reached a new point on the Iraqi-Syrian borderline over there, west of Al-Bukamal, which is also southwest of Deir el-Zor itself. Those military operations there have been ongoing for over a month now, as the Syrian army is carrying out such strikes in order to eliminate the remaining terrorists of Daesh who are in that part of Syria, in the eastern part of Syria. Of course, this comes just 1 week after the army was also able to calm and secure about 1,200 square kilometers in the same area, in that same desert. That area is known to be the area where Daesh is still present inside Syria in general, of course.
So while they're making their next move to plant their next false flag, and I can't reiterate that enough, we have another false flag here, and this one in London. Several injured after minor explosion at London tube station. Well, that's part of the Strong Cities network, so of course they're going to have false flags. A minor explosion, likely caused by battery short circuit, triggered an evacuation of London's Southgate tube station on Tuesday morning, police said, adding that a number of people received minor injuries. Maybe it's not a so-called terror attack. But either way, though, yeah, these devils seem to have gotten themselves in a little bit of trouble. The thing short-circuited. Well, death to all you fucking Edomites, you know. Fuck you. Anyhow, well, we got that going on. In the meantime, Russia's preparing its defenses to destroy all you fucking devils. So anyways, with that, I'm just going to say Shalom Brakatha to all you and hope this has been edifying.